My name is Canales. I'm from Spanish Harlem. I came to the Mississippi Freedom Riders Reunion with Mr. Lou Zuckman. He's the executive director of the agency I work at. Um, we also brought some kids from Spanish Harlem, about 38 kids. Their experience they could share on that, but as far as I've heard and listened, it's been a wonderful experience for them. The highlight for the trip for me was just being able to meet a lot of these wonderful individuals that, having gone to Parchment and comparing our trip and the facilities and the easiness with which we got there, putting that in the context of 1961, wow, they were courageous souls. They were no man's land, both black and white. To me, it was impressive to listen to the testimonies of survivors of the Freedom Riders, because they truly did survive. They didn't just only come in, it was a bus trip, it was trauma. And to see the disparity even within punishment with black and white at Parchment. 13-year-old young boys were put in death row with inmates that were clearly there for a reason, and many others that didn't survive, that weren't here to make it. Many that passed on well before they were able to even get to their 20s or their 25s. And just seeing the Delta in Mississippi, being able to share with the good old folk from the South has been a wonderful experience for me. Realizing that the governor actually apologized, that to me was very important in terms of reconciliation, which was the theme of the Freedom Riders 50th reunion. And being able just to share with them, I see them as ancestors. You know, we walk in their footsteps. So they were trailblazers in their way, and many of them don't even consider themselves to have that notoriety or that importance in our civil rights movement in this country. Freedom is a word that's very loosely spoken, but it costs a lot of lives and a lot of effort. Being involved in going to see Emmett Till, that area, the marker, I picked up a primrose, and I smelled a magnolia tree that was close by. And it was interesting to see such beauty grow where such racial hatred and divide existed. And the earth is very forgiving, and it renews itself no matter what disasters happen over it or on top of it or because of it. And it, to me, it was very profound, and it was very emotional to see many of the Freedom Riders be there and cry and embrace their history, not his story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm privileged. I consider myself very privileged to have had the opportunity to briefly just see a glimpse of civil rights still alive. Dr. Meredith, many of the Freedom Riders became very prestigious in careers, and many of them feel they haven't carried the torch, but just their ways, their actions, how they work with their family, and many became educators in many ways. So they continued out of that movement to plant seeds of knowledge, understanding, and civil rights. And I feel very privileged in having had the opportunity to share.
Thank you so much.